tuned in to ManDeleon Live. Welcome to ManDeleon, straight with no chaser. Hey, it's the Al Capone of the microphone. Be sure to subscribe to ManDeleon Live. Hey, what's going on? It's the Al Capone of the microphone, the one and only ManDeleon, and you are tuned in to ManDeleon, straight with no chaser. And today, man, we got a special guest. We got my man, Meek, the maker. What's going on?
What's up? What's up?
Yo, so
Sure.
I'm definitely glad to have you on because we actually met not too long ago. And you actually, you really into something that I really, it's like every time, like I want to learn more all the
Mhm.
time, right? Which is, about crystals and all of that. So we got my man Meek the Maker. Tell him a little bit about yourself.
Yes, sir. So yeah, crafter, so we work with the crystals and the copper, and we work with silver and gold and other metals as well. But we seem to have special relationship with copper itself. But um, yeah, so we do custom things and things like that. We got a shop inside Stonecrest Mall. So, if you guys are interested, come check us out. And yeah. So
You do custom?
yeah,
So
definitely
like
do.
what kind of custom items have you done for people like per se?
Okay.
Like what do
So
people come and get? Like
yeah, I've done things from wands to crowns to bracelets, rings, all that type of stuff. But I
Mhm.
get excited for the exotic stuff that people kind of like really kind of just be having in their head. And they just kind of want to see, manifest in this physical reality. So,
Right.
like the statement pieces, I made a thunderbolt one time, and yeah, it was just phenomenal. Um, yeah, and I enjoy
So like
making
how
like
big was it? So you said a thunderbolt, like so how
yeah,
big
it
was it? Like
was
and was it like on
so
something? Like was it
probably the size of your forearm.
okay?
Yeah,
Oh,
y-
so it was a
yeah,
thunderbolt like for the
yeah.
arm.
No, 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 no. It was a handheld one, like you could
Oh,
hold
a
it,
handheld. Okay,
but
but that was the
it
size.
was pretty much the size of your
Okay.
forearm. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and things like that kind of like really light my fire, making things that we don't really see every day, or we don't get a chance to really see because of traditional creative concepts and stuff like that. So yeah.
So so people kind of know like that you somebody that might know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Like, how did you really get started? And like, because I know it kind of runs in the family and everything. So tell the people like where your background and how you
Mhm.
really got started like
Okay.
into this.
Okay. So yeah, currently in Atlanta. I'm born in New York. Um, I've been down here since I was 13. I'm 35 now, and yeah, it just kind of grew me up and developed me into um, uh, a person that I'm enjoying see unfold. Um, and have a beautiful family and things like that. But yeah, I'm from New York. I came from a family of creatives on different levels. My brother was good with graffiti and stuff. My sister was good with hair. My other sister was good with fashion design. So we all had this little just a little way with art and stuff.
Hmm.
And my brother was like the first person who I kind of like wanted to create stuff and show stuff to, like, look, and you're like, oh, and it kind of like pushed me on to get better and better with my art. And I just kind of just drew my way through school. I was just hard headed. All I wanted to do was draw in school. Um, I okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So yeah, I drew my way through school. I got left back like 3 times. That's all I want
Like
to do.
through art school or just or
No,
school. You
just
was just drawing your way through school, regular
literally
school. You
like
was just like, I ain't got time
so
right
so I'm probably exaggerating that a lot more, but I did some work, but I did a lot more drawing,
now.
and I got kept back 3 times, not like consecutively, but
Right,
like
right, right,
once in the third, once in the seventh, once in the ninth, something like that, and but the consistent throughout my life was art. All I wanted to do was art. I didn't really have an idea of what I want to be. I was doing art and still asking myself, like, what do I want to do with my life?
right, right. It's
you
like
know, I,
it's in
you
your
know,
face, right?
yeah, it's right in my face, but I didn't really realize that I can turn it into a business and be able to take care of family with it. I never saw any examples of that around me, so I didn't really think that that was a pathway. Everybody was telling me to get a
Right.
job and stuff. So that's kind of what I was dreading to go to. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I pretty much, as I was drawing my way through school, teachers was giving me art projects. I would draw stuff for them, and just doing that kind of helped me get better and better and better with art. And then, like, in middle school, I designed the prom banner and the yearbook. So I was really kind of just putting my art out there, in school. And then when I was in I used to go to Thorough High School, and uh I pretty much ran into my first book illustration project. Um but even during that time, I used to skip class and sneak inside the art class and sneak inside the graphic design class and sneak inside the robotics class and things like that. um and and yeah, so I kind of like, but the teachers kind of got used to me and allowed me to be there because I was really doing better than their students and their students didn't
Right,
even want to even be
right,
there,
right. Because
but I wanted to
you had
learn, so
interest. You
I
was interested,
yeah,
and so they just wanted to teach anybody that was interested.
yeah, so and then I actually joined a robotics competition, and we actually went to the competition and watched robots compete and stuff, and I thought that was really dope. um And yeah, so then I ran into my first book illustration project. Miss James, she commissioned me to do a book illustration project. Friends of Martin Luther King Jr. And it's a whole series. I think I did like 5 of them.
Hmm.
She had a whole bunch of them lined up, and I'm still working on a project for her too right now.
Okay.
So yeah, it just kind of went from art, and then I was a graphic designer too, photographer. I was, doing flyers and stuff and all of that type of stuff. But it really wasn't really doing it for me. I wasn't content with the clients I was getting, the pay I was getting. I really wasn't content with what I was doing. I was just doing it for the money.
Right.
And then I want to change. I want to change. I want a deep, change. I didn't realize it was deep spiritual change. I didn't realize that I just want to change. And then I
Hmm.
realized, well, in order to change, like you gotta like change everything you think is everything you
Way
think
of
you know.
thinking. You got to
like
change your
are
way
you
of
willing?
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
are you willing to like, have a clean slate? And
Right.
I needed a clean slate because I really wasn't proud of the life I constructed. So then things started organizing itself to me, and once that started happening, and these beautiful children, my baby, right? Yeah,
Hey, hey, ain't
yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
You know,
they
superstar. You know, hey.
right. They kind of get you together, they kind
Right.
of get you together real quick. And it's like, all right, so then I started to focus and turn my craft into businesses, so I'm a face painter, so the first business I had was called Art by Meek, original artwork and more, where I did like historical icons with quotes. I did abstract art, I
Mm,
did a lot of Egyptian no comedic art, and
mm,
then had another business called Graphics on Demand, where I provided book illustration, graphic design, and photography services. And then the jewelry business is called New Vibe 9, right? And then, I do the crystal jewelry and things like that. And I'm also a face painter and stuff and body artist. So I have a company called Smile Makers Face Painters, where we do that, and we do business consulting. So we got a Phoenix Business Solutions, So we're just turning all of our like skills and talents into businesses,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of where I end up. Me and you,
Definitely, definitely.
yeah.
And like I'm one of them people, man. Like, I mean, like if I tell you, like my dad always say, a man word is his bond. So
Yeah,
like if I told you, like, yo, first of all, I support it. I appreciate what you was doing, and then because that's just like I said, it was something like I could show you right now. I probably got like a bunch of crystals and different like all right here on my like within
yeah,
reach right now,
yeah,
right? And that's why it was so funny that that day, like I was bare. I didn't have nothing on. Like I left out the house, and normally I feel like naked.
yeah.
If I don't, I feel like unprotected. I don't know. It's just funny. Like I had that feeling. Like I ain't got no uncle on. I don't have no crystals. Like I don't have nothing. And that day, I just kind of was like on that. And you know, but then I came along with this piece. Look, see,
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
you know what I'm
the
saying? Look,
amethyst.
you ain't know, you ain't know how I
Yeah,
look. But
exactly.
definitely like, and it was funny because like I bought some, like I got like some quartz over there right now, uh, that I like I normally wear, and just like a few other things, um, but the one thing for me was that I was looking to find somewhere where I could actually get me some new, jewel, some new stone.
Exactly.
So it was just an accident. Like I wouldn't even like you don't even know how I
Was it?
it's funny. Look, so there's a story behind it. I'm gonna tell you there's a story behind like I wasn't even supposed to. I really wasn't supposed to go that way, right? But I was obviously right.
That
So
part.
so we was at the mall, like you said, his store where I met him was at is the Stonecrest Mall in Georgia, and so we was going to go, we was me and my wife was together, and we was like supposed to go down the elevator, right?
Hmm.
And then like as we was like, oh, the elevator right there, because it's still because I was looking to purchase a suit. Like I
Hmm.
actually went and picked my suit up yesterday. That once they did the alterations, I was back up there yesterday and went picking my suit for this event I got to go to. So I was there looking for a store to get a suit. But so I was like, oh, the place we need to go is on the first floor, right? So we was like, I'm gonna take the elevator down. So all of a sudden, it was about five little YNs come running up like, "Hey, we about to jump in the elevator." We was like, "Yeah, that's all right, man. We just go down the escalator. We just go. I ain't, we ain't in no hurry. You know what I'm saying? We just go down here and go down the other way." So, like I was saying, initially we were supposed to got in the elevator. But I mean, I just didn't feel like being crowded.
Right.
So, we walked and then we walked past your store and it was like, bam, like, oh. You know what? This is where I was supposed to be. I was supposed to come here because now I got somewhere where I can go. But see, but the thing for me is like I go places and people, anybody could tell you like you would say, oh, what's this? What type of crystal? And they got a little diagram. Oh, and they could point out to, oh yeah, the little thing right here tell you what it say. It tell you what it what the crystal, right? Because they got the little definitions right there. You can tell, but it's a difference between that and somebody like really knows, right?
Right.
Or really understands. Because like I'll be looking for somebody that like I mean I could look up something and read it myself and then and then get a definition. I could Google it or I could take a picture and get that myself.
Right.
But for somebody that really understands it or could tell me a little bit more about the property or what it means and this and that, that was what I got from you, and that was the good like that was the rarity that you get sometime when you talk to somebody that really does it, and the fact that you really create, that you are creative, in what you do, and not only that, like you was like, yo, there's a science to it. And you told me about the love that you have for it. You know, like, and when you could tell somebody got love for it, you know, you know that light is shining. You know what I'm saying? And it sparked one in me because I was like, okay, yeah, this is real right here.
Yeah.
So tell the people like what you was telling me about like the science behind it and kind of like just kind of what you demonstrated for me.
Okay. So how I came into this, people was telling me, people was like, it turned negative energy into positive energy. For me, that was like, how does rock gonna help me? Like what? Like what? Please. Like you got on copper. You talking about rocks? Like I don't,
It
I don't
sounds like
see it.
foolishness.
Yeah, foolishness.
Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. All right.
Yeah, crazy. Like what? Like it's a rock. How is this protecting me against anything? So it's gonna protect me against this. It's gonna protect. I was just kind of throwing stuff out there, but then
Skeptic. A skeptic. Just a typical.
yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Right.
Especially because we've been taught to accept so many different things just because it's just crazy. And now our baby asking us questions, and now we gotta answer to them. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Because
And
we
it's
was lied
like,
to about so many things.
yeah, so it's like, for me, I had questions when I was a kid that I had to get answered.
Right.
I just had to get answered. And my daughter, oh, she is relentless. She asks the questions you're not even ready to talk about yet. She's like, damn, hold on, wait, you're just 10. Like, give me a minute.
Hmm.
But the thing is, so that's how I was introduced to it. Saying that it protects against negativity and it turn negative energy into positive energy. So I was so in love with the craft, really, because that's what kind of got me into it. I didn't know much about like the metaphysical properties or anything like that. I didn't know much about the healing stuff. I knew some people wear copper for like the arthritis and stuff. I knew very very little about that, but not really like how or just like the whole lifestyle behind it and then the history behind it. So I I did a shroom trip one time,
Okay.
and this shroom trip showed me myself. Uh, it showed me all of the charlatans or uh people who portray it about something but not really. Like they just really do it for like how it looks or whatever.
Hmm.
And it showed me myself. Like I knew about the properties of the stones off of memory, really. You see what I'm saying? So I was reciting it, but the shroom trip
Mm.
really it fine tuned everything. It showed me. It was like if you're really serious about this, then really do this, and it's going to open up to you. But if not, then this is what you will look like. And it was showing me everybody in the market. It was like a circus. I was just like, wow, is this what I look like? And for me, I wanted to be authentic. I didn't want to, be perceived as um anything than other than what I am, and for me, I don't have no reason to be other than anything that I am. And so it made me really get into like what I was doing, and it aligned with my particular purpose. And art is just a byproduct of that purpose. Anything we do is just a byproduct of that thing. We're not what we do. We just are. We are first, and then we decide what we're going to do. So I had to kind of get that because I was doing art, since I can remember. So I always call myself. Good night, real good. So I was just calling myself, an artist, artist. But um, you know, what happened was it was like, okay, so what if you're not an artist anymore? And then it was just that.
Right.
So then I had to accept the fact that, well, I am whatever I need to be, whenever I need to be it. You know, and then it helped me pretty much adopt a broader range of qualities, which enhance my art, by default. So in this path, I realized, okay, what type of art do I want to create? and I just didn't want to make pretty pictures no more. I was tired of just making pretty pictures, and now we got AI for that. Really, so it helps me get into my uniqueness. It's like, okay, so what do you really want to do? And I want to do what's necessary, for what's needed in the environment. So I started studying material science, because I started studying the different ways we're being polluted, hence negative energy, right? What is this negative
Ooh.
energy? And the different forms of it, and one of it is electromagnetic pollution, or EMF, frequencies, or EMF waves and things like that that come off electronics. So either the engineers and scientists that make it don't know about it, or either they just make it and just don't care about it. So it's like either they're evil or stupid, right? It's like either you're evil or stupid. Which one? Well, it's like it don't matter which one, because the end result is still the end result. Does it really matter? So
Maybe a little
from
both.
that part, it don't matter. It's like, oh, it's okay. He's doing it by accident. He's still killing
Right,
you. What you
right,
mean by
right.
accident? It don't
You know,
matter.
like, hey,
Yeah. So
you,
I had to
hey,
get
you
out that.
touching on some stuff. I'm gonna tell you, you touching on some stuff. But I'm gonna let you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to stay focused, but
No,
it's
you
you
good. You
asked me a
good. Like
question.
I'm loving this because some of the stuff you're talking about is stuff that like I kind of started researching myself a while back, and then I kind of left it alone. So to hear you talk about it now, it's like, oh yeah, I remember what I was thinking about this. So I just,
Yeah, we get
so
to get
I'm
into the
love, I'm loving
stuff.
this. I'm really loving this. So I'm gonna let you finish. I want you to finish. I didn't really want to get into that, but I want you to finish. Though,
Yes,
definitely.
sir. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty much how okay, because I had to start studying what I'm doing. I'm working with copper.
Mhm.
What is copper? How does the skin interface with materials on it? Because they say, our skin, it eats. Whatever we put on our skin, we should be able to eat. So just
Mhm.
understanding like the process that happens when the body touches copper, or when our skin touches copper. I had clients ask me, well, if I wear copper ring, could I get the benefits on my ankle and things like that? So I had to kind of the questions that I was getting, because of the positions I was putting myself in, made me sharpen me up, because I want to be able to,
Cause you want to be able to answer those questions and not
yeah,
just be like, not like, let
yeah,
me go.
and
This
then the deepest part was because I want to know too. It's like,
right,
that's a
right,
good
right,
question.
right, right.
I want to know that too, because then if I know how it works, then I know what I'm doing, and I
But
know how I'm doing it.
let me say this
Yeah.
real quick, because just like I am, right?
Mhm.
You pose that question, and somebody's gonna be watching this, whether they watching it live right now or whether they watching it 10 days from now, right?
Right, right.
That question that you asked, like, if I wear it up here, does it affect my ankle? Because I know people wear like copper bracelets or copper, this and that. So, what is the answer to that? Since you kind of posed that, because I know
Yeah,
somebody watching may want to know that answer.
yeah. So the body is so awesome, yo. So we are the most advanced technology, okay, on this planet. If you notice, all piece of technology is copying us, what we do naturally.
Hmm.
Everything, the computers, the brain, the cameras, the eyes, the
Hmm.
microphone, the speakers, the air. I can go all on and into that. So with that, there's so many things that we don't understand about the body. Now, what we do understand is that when you wear copper, you have certain enzymes to break the copper down, and it transports throughout the blood, and it delivers the material to the tissues, and whatever is in need, so throughout the body, right? But what I tell my clients is several things. I tell my clients, well, it's a two-way approach. If you want to get copper in you, you eat the foods that contain copper, because it has the support group. It has the magnesium and calcium with it, compared to just the copper by itself. Now, that's the outside in approach, and I mean the inside out approach, right? Because when you eat the copper, then you get the copper from the inside out. Compared to wearing copper, it's like a two-way approach, But when you put copper on something like a sore finger or things like that, then you will see benefits, because and you could notice it because your skin turns. Some people like, my skin turned green. I was like, that's not a bad thing. It just means your body's absorbing it, and it's like food. Okay, so when you eat food, yeah, it's like when you eat food, what you do? You poop it out. So that's what the enzymes
Right.
is doing. It's taking the
No, no.
copper.
Only reason I laughed when you said that because I was just watching something. I was just watching something the other day. Like somebody gave that that ring turned like that bow legged Lou. He turned it like a ring. Yeah, anyway,
Yeah,
but that fake, but anyway, I get it. I just couldn't help that. But okay,
yeah, yeah.
but but like you said, but it's really a good thing because it's actually the stuff coming out of you. Is that it, more or less?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And your body is so intelligent. It knows how much to pull from. It knows what it needs. It knows where it needs it. It knows how to send it there. It just needs you to just put the materials there. It just needs you to put it in the right environment and condition to do what it would naturally do, And that's why I'm grateful that we're actually in a like we got a whole, whole health shop, natural supplements, aromatherapy, body oils, all type of stuff, the crystal jewelry, and we're constantly innovating and putting new products in there. And people coming to us asking, it's it's always a it's like, oh, okay, that's good to know. Why you need to incorporate that? Yeah.
Right.
So
So when you say the inside out approach, right? So I know the copper is the outside approach, this and that, and then you said that the inside approach is eating foods that actually have
hmm
it.
hmm
So, for example, what are some of those foods that, like, so people
hmm
kind of get an idea, like, oh,
yeah,
okay, I didn't realize that would be something.
yeah.
But what are
So
some of those foods that you would say that would be considered like inside approach?
so the leafy green vegetables,
Okay.
are literally your power plants, right? Because you understand why you're eating, you know, w- we're energy, right? But let's look at it a little more. Okay, we're electricity, right?
Mhm.
We use electricity, our body uses it, so we need the minerals to conduct. And when we don't provide our body with the minerals, then they don't conduct. And that's what we see start seeing the sickness. So that's why we eat, some portion of a plant-based diet, because we still need those raw minerals. And then if we don't get the minerals, you still need to supplement with the minerals. So wearing certain jewelry is supplementation. You see what I'm saying? Before it was fashion.
Right. No, got it. Right.
It
Because
just
it's
so
something
happened to
behind
be, styleful. But
it. Right.
everything we did was for a particular reason. Uh, Literally, yeah. The
So
yeah. Go
so
ahead.
let me just ask something, right? Like, not trying to be like,
Yeah.
just like not knowing, right?
hmm
So, like copper, right? It does, it's beneficial to the
Right.
body,
hmm
right? So what, like, where other metals, let's say, because when you think about it, like a lot of the stuff that we eat, a lot of the stuff that's in the air, a lot of stuff that we deal with, a lot of stuff that we drink, it got metal composites, all that,
hmm hmm
whatever. I'm not gonna get into all of that, but it is, right.
hmm
Um, so being that we kind of like affected that way, you know, and like I said, I know the copper benefits, right? And like I said, this, I don't know if you know. I'm just answer this. I'm just kind
hmm
of throwing it out there just because what we talking about. Like, I never thought of this question before now,
Yeah.
right? When you were
Okay.
just talking about so much, but I'm just saying, like, so with like, do wearing other metals, like, think about like the metals that we wear that, like, that might affect our body and we not know it based on the type of metals that's actually in our body. And I mean, you get what I'm saying? What I'm
Yeah.
saying, do it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So, I love the question because this is called critical thinking, right? See,
Okay.
we live in a culture that we don't really think about stuff. We just so used to stuff being there,
Right, because I
and we
never
just
thought of this before this conversation. Like I'm saying, I never
exactly.
like questioned it because I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, because like what I knew about copper and how it affected the body is like the blood flow, right, or something
hmm
like that, or
hmm
at least that's what I was taught. Like, oh, like when everybody was wearing copper wrist, like it was a thing. Like, oh, or you see, athletes or people, they wear these copper socks or these copper
Hmm.
bands or they are, so like all these things because it's prop, beneficial properties or whatever, right?
Right.
So I'm just thinking, like, okay, but because don't nobody really talk about the metals that we really deal with that's actually in our bodies and stuff that we, especially people that be
Exactly.
all there vaping, right?
Ex-
That's like
Exactly.
that's ridiculous.
Exactly.
But that's another story for another day. But I mean, on top of like just the tap water and everything else we drink, right? Um, and then the regular water, the stuff that, I mean, I'm just saying.
Hmm.
So, like, man, how's that like how is that really like affecting us? If
Look.
you wear different type of metals,
Hmm.
I'm just, it just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So once again, I love this question because once again, it's critical thinking, and it's kind of something that I had to just do because I was tired of getting hit from different angles that I wasn't aware of. So I just
Hmm.
laid out. I just laid it out. I laid out all the ways that we was being affected, and it was just like overwhelming. But then, right after you see the problem, the solution is there before the problem. You see what I'm
Right,
saying? So
right.
then it just started pairing up, and you know, so this particular business, New Vibe Nine, with the crystal jewelry is, jewelry you can wear for fashionable purposes, but one of the things I showed you was its ability to absorb radiation. It blocks radiation. I
Which
wasn't
is
like it turns
incredible,
negative
which is which
energy.
is which is incredible, which is like something that like that's talked about, right? Like you even said when you first heard, you was like, I gotta research this, right?
Mm.
It's talked about, but to kind of see it's like real.
Yeah, and for me, we've been lied to so much. So l- I have to bypass a lot of different like walls, you know, that we have just cause it's not nothing personal. It's just we have them
Hmm.
because we've been lied to. So we just have these things. Just so I just have to just go straight to. So I just like to work with science and different technologies and different measurement tools to demonstrate certain things to show people like, oh, this rock this is
Right,
not just a rock, okay,
right,
it's a
right,
special rock. This
right,
rock can
right,
save your life if you do,
right.
and then really just unpacking the mineral kingdom in itself and the capability of the like if you look at it, our very lives is based on the mineral kingdom, but I don't want to go too far there. Let's get back to what you were saying about like how our body is being affected with all these different metals, right? And how when we wear 'em, how we're dealing with all of that. So when you get it's like every morning when I put this stuff on, I feel like I'm armoring up. It's like ting ting cling cling
Right,
cling
right.
cling,
No, I
right?
feel it because, like I
And then,
said, when I leave the house and I ain't had nothing on, I be like, I kind of like be feeling like, man, I'm about to be under attack, like, and I
yeah.
ain't like, and I don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, when you provide the building blocks or the materials to your body, it takes what it needs and it does what it needs to do, right?
Hmm.
When you have more of what you need, you have a better ability at fighting off whatever you deal with, right? Whatever you come across in your environment. Your body was designed to adapt to any situation, right? That's what it's designed to do if you give it what it needs. So, for example, all the heavy metals that you're dealing with, right? If you're eating your leafy green vegetables, that's doing a lot of the detoxing, for you. If you want to get fancy, then you could add a supplementation, supplement and supplementation as far as like liquid chlorophyll, um, or chlorophyllin is the more bioavailable form of it. But that pretty much help pull toxins out. People run to the activated charcoal, and that's cool, but it pulls like it pulls all kind of minerals out, not just certain ones,
Right,
and
right.
and then it's just that. See, with liquid chlorophyll, it pulls the heavy metals out, and you're still being replenished with the other minerals, like the magnesium and stuff like that too. So, it's all about like understanding your body naturally has a defense, and when you just give it what it needs, it take cares of all of that. And if you're concerned about certain levels of certain levels that you're being compromised, and you just study that level that you're being compromised, and just build a system for that. It's kind of what I've just been doing. Anything I could become aware of, I kind of just see, okay, so what can I build to protect myself against that? For example, the electromagnetic frequencies and things like that. Like, we're surrounded, like our appliances, the TV, routers, cell phones, tablets. You got electricity going through walls, plugs, outlets. I mean, you got all these little
Everything.
gadgets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trust
Listen, we are saturated, right?
me.
We're
Yeah.
saturated in these frequencies and stuff. Now, mind you, our bodies are tuned to nature frequencies. So that's why we go to nature, we reset, because those are the natural frequencies. So we
Right.
come into an
Right.
unnatural
Right.
environment with
And
artificial
then it's just like
frequencies.
because once we come like it's like you could be out in nature, but then once you come back into your house where you think, okay, now I'm safe because
Yeah,
I'm not outside.
exactly.
But then you come back inside and it's like,
Exactly. Yeah, and but see, there are things that we can do. Now, obviously, we're not going to throw all away our technology, but we
no,
should
no,
get
not at all.
smart and start just understanding, okay, this is a real thing, and just because I don't see no immediate effects or damages, don't mean it's not affecting me. It's at a slower rate, but it's still corrosive. So what we started doing is we just started, collecting crystals and putting the crystals all over the house. But me as an artist, I started creating like wall decor, like home decor, like beautiful pieces of
That
canvas
that
or
that
wood
that
art with
could
crystals and all kind of beautiful
that's right.
moss. And oh
I
yeah,
get it. I
yeah, I'm gonna
get
show
it.
you some pictures. It's beautiful because I want to protect my family against all these frequencies,
Right,
and
right.
two, it's like bringing a piece of nature inside your house. Like just seeing how like the moss is, how it
But
looks
what
in the
I'm saying is
crystals.
like this, like, this is like, the patent right here.
Yeah.
But it's like, like for sound, right? So this, but it's like that for the vibe.
Yes.
I get it. I get it
Yes. Yes. So
for the
so
frequency
also,
and
yeah, for the frequencies. So we also make small dials that we attach on back of devices like cell phones and routers and stuff to pretty much mitigate those frequencies coming off of that. So there's things we can do to pretty much just uh to take control of the frequencies in our house. And then there's things that we can do to also amplify it, like plants and and large crystals and different things like that. Um and yeah, we make a lot of this stuff too. And we also do consulting too, where we're able to assess your environment and what you actually need in that environment based off what you have and where your power boxes is and compared to where the cell towers are, right? Because the cell towers are signals. So yeah, we do consultations to pretty much figure
right.
out your electromagnetic pollution situation, to
Okay.
see what you need to do to pretty much deal with that. You know, um, but yeah, so that's how you can start to deal with the heavy metals and stuff like that. Because once you start to give yourself what you need, it kind of like things start like forming itself.
Hmm.
So
Definitely, definitely. So I mean, like, I feel like I'm learning a lot. And the crazy thing is, it's just like now I'm seeing how even some of the stuff that I kind of been doing like ties in, like, because I'm like a tea drinker, right? So I'm somebody that's like just really start making my own teas, like herb, like, because I really can't drink regular tea that's caffeinated, like, because it affect my body. I can't drink caffeine at all. Like, it had,
mm,
it just don't agree with me.
right.
So I got the, in the herbal teas, but then like I said, I start, like you said, I'm a, just like wondering and thinking like, like thinking like, why is this fluoride in water when why you can't get it out this water? Like, why is this stuff like, but if it ain't good for me, why is it like instant, like, what I mean? And then why
Exactly.
is
Why
it
is
in the
it in the
toothpaste
water?
if we can't, if it ain't, if and like, and why you can't boil it out the water, like stuff like this, right? So I think about things like that, but then also I start learning about even like stuff that we look at seasoning. We look at it as seasoning or plants that you don't realize that's so beneficial. Like, or like if you drink herbal teas and stuff, then you realize, oh, there's dandelion root, all this other root, bird eye root, and all this other things that you can have. That's that you can make in a tea. Not just ginger and stuff that everybody talk about,
Exactly.
right? But there's other things. But when you realize like rosemary and parsley and basil and all other stuff that and then like the one thing that I found out that really gets metal out the blood is uh cilantro.
Yeah, cilantro. Yeah.
Right? So, from doing research, you go, wow, for real, like so things that you didn't really, and then you think, and then I started learning like, like when you think about limes and this and that, and then I could go on about stuff that I'm thinking when it comes to this, but
Yeah.
but I realize how like a lot of it ties into each other. Um,
Yeah. All of it's connected.
Shout
But
out to my man from HBCU Original. He said,
okay. Okay.
I need a crystal. He said, I'm late, but I need something for the body. Anything like that.
Yes, I got you. Come through. Come to the shop. I'll take care of you.
Yeah, he in Philly though. He gonna have to. That's gonna
Oh
be a
yeah,
nice.
we ship. Oh yeah, we ship. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll give them the link. Yeah, we'll
Definitely,
give them the link to the
definitely.
shop.
See, but and like I said, look, like I got this piece right here. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Oh,
Hmm.
also, look, this ain't the only piece I got. I got my look, I had it in here. I got my uh my pyramid,
Hmm.
but I got it by my bed.
That part. Yeah.
I got it like I got it.
That's where you need to have it. Yeah, that's the
I
best
got it
place.
by my bed. I had it in here. I was
Smart.
like, nah. I just need to have that thing. And then, for whatever yeah. I just. but like I say, because we ain't just talking about it. I'll be about it. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
definitely
I
gotta be
like
about
I
it.
like
Yeah.
to support, and then not only that, man. Show love, and not only that, like for like tell I want people tell the people where they can find you, your business, and like your website, your
Okay.
Instagram, all of that.
All right. So yeah, my Instagram is shop new vibe 9. Shop new vibe 9. New vibe is spelled NUVIBE 9. So my Instagram is shop new vibe 9. The website is coming soon. Um, but if you want anything, you can go to the Instagram and reach out, and we'll get the links to you, and you can come through. So the shop, the physical location is at Stonecrest Mall. It's we had a store called Body Essentials, and we have all kind of natural supplements and natural body products, crystals, wands, staffs, crowns. So yeah, definitely come check us out. We also do pop ups and things like that. So if you have a spot in your city who's interested in stuff like this, definitely let me know. Reach out, and we'll come do a tour, a little pop up, and a little demonstration of some of the materials and minerals, um, and things like that. So yeah, definitely check us out. If you want a custom order, you can reach me at 678-886-1702. Text that number, custom order, and yeah, we can get that done for you.
Man, check my look, my man, the truth. Like I'm saying, you don't understand. Like when my man say he broke it down to a science, like he be fusing different crystals and metals and all of that. Like, he the real deal. Like he ain't no joke. There's no joke about this. Like he really somebody who I know it's like he's not only an artist, a designer, but he's that when it comes to crafting and creating these designs. So when it comes to these customs, listen. Don't worry, man. ManDeleon gonna go get him a custom design something. Look, and I'm gonna show it off, and I'm gonna let you know it's for. Listen, man. I ain't playing. Like
Oh yeah, I got some. Oh yeah, I got
look,
some in mind. It's gonna be
look,
fire.
look, and look, listen, because they don't know who they messing with. I'm
That's
trying to.
fire.
I be trying to tell them, man. They don't know who they messing with. I'm trying to tell
Yeah,
them I'm protected.
that part. That part. Spiritually protected.
Right, but
Yes, yes.
But I definitely want to thank my man. Yo, I wanted to ask you this before I get you out, before you get out of here. So, Meek the Maker. So when did you become the maker? Because I know you was like the designer and you was the artist and all of this.
Mhm.
When
Yeah.
did when did Meek become the maker?
So it's funny. So that name, I had a client. She, um, at the time, her partner always came and got some stuff from me,
Mm,
and uh, and they pretty much was like Meet the Maker. They pretty much gave me that, and I was
okay.
like, actually, I actually like that. That's pretty cool,
Like
And I
whatever
just
we
kind of,
whatever we ask, he be making it. Like,
yeah, because yeah, I kind of just be making anything that kind of come to mind. And
mm,
then it reminded me of things like Chris the Creator or Carter Creator, or
mm,
different create content creator names like that. So it just
mm.
fit because my name is Meek. I was like, I kind of want something else with that. So everything kind of like aligned like that.
Definitely, definitely. I remember that. Like, oh yo, that's Meek the Maker. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
Meek the
look, I
Maker.
got one of them. Look, I got one of them Meek the Maker pieces. You don't even
That part.
understand. Like,
Yes, sir.
original.
Oh man, yo, today I created some powerful pieces, man. You see it, man.
Look,
I look.
I seen some of the other stuff. Like, oh, you know what? Matter of fact, let me show this piece because I don't even believe I didn't even get to this. Let me show this. Yo,
Yeah.
my man just be doing like you don't even understand. Like he be putting stuff together like you don't even understand.
Hold on, but real quick, I gotta tell you a story on that piece though.
Okay.
So last story. So I had a brother come to me, and so his wife always, gets pieces from me, and that ring um was the engagement ring. Um, and I wanted to do it in silver or gold, or white gold or
Mhm.
something like that. But he was like, "Nah, she want copper, man. No, she want copper. We gonna give her copper." I was like, "Okay, we can do
Right.
that." Then so I was going to do like a combined ring where it's like one on top, one on the bottom. Kind of just fit like that on top of each other like a stack ring. But he sent me a picture of a ring that went inside of another ring. I'm like, "Oh, that's gonna include a lot more mechanics, brother." He was like, "I was like, all right, so I can see what I can do with that." So I
Look,
was
he
just
was
kind of
like
trying.
whatever. He was like whatever on that price. He was like, I
Yeah,
got
like
you.
he whatever she wanted. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I accept the challenge. So I started kind of just figuring out how I was going to do it, and I knew I needed, like just those 2 bar pieces at the bottom to hold it in, just constructing it how it was coming together, which is crazy. The craziest part was when it was done. It was done on the summer solstice. Like I didn't plan that.
Mm.
Like it just happened on that day,
Mhm.
and he proposed it to her. He presented it to her out of the country. Like he showed me the video. They was in some tropical place. It looked like an
Mm.
ancient palace. It was just beautiful. I told her with like rose petals
Wow.
and chocolate around it. With the box and the thing how you saw it
Right.
in the video.
Right.
I just never had that, and it just reminded me like why I do this. Like
Right.
when I
Right.
create, like the pieces shock me. I'll be like, whoa! I'll be like, I only made one. Oh, wow, I only make one. I'll be so attached.
Right. Right.
Sometimes
Right.
I make pieces for other people, and it's like I'm honored to be able to be a part of that experience. So
But it's definitely
I'm
look, if they get it from Meek the Maker, it's definitely one of a kind.
one of a kind. One of a kind, But yes, sir. But yeah, thank you, brother, so much for having me. I can't wait to do another one. You know, cause we got so much to
Right.
talk about, yo. It's so much we haven't covered.
Definitely. But like I say, man, you know, like I met you there, you know, at Stone. You know, we ain't too far away. I'm sure you know, somewhere in the area we could definitely link up and
Yes,
you know, make some other things happen. But
yes, yes.
definitely, man, if you are in the Atlanta area, man, be sure to go to Stonecrest Mall. Find my brother at what's the store where your shop is at? What's the name of the spot?
Yeah, it's called Body Essentials in
Body
Stone.
Essential.
Yeah, inside Stonecrest Mall. So it's on
Okay.
the Lisa Young side. So yeah, Stonecrest Mall, Body Essentials to find the crystal jewelry. Like we're the only spot in the mall with that.
With
Um,
that, for sure. For
yo,
sure. With
I
that,
mean it's time
look,
though.
because when I was in there, folks was like in line, like trying to put. I done already paid for my stuff. Folks was like, look, man, look, my turn, man. I'm trying to get this piece right here. I was like, okay,
Exactly,
yeah, yeah. It was like that. Look, and like I say, man, you got some incredible pieces. Be sure to go
exactly.
check my man out, Meet the Maker. So appreciate you, my
Yes,
man.
sir.
All right. So definitely go check him out, man. Like I say, he definitely got good work and all of that. But it's the Al Capone of the microphone, the one and only ManDeleon. I definitely thank y'all for tuning in, for holding it down and checking me out. But I'm out of here like a breeze to the trees. And when I'm going, I'm taking all the leads. Much love and success. Y'all stay blessed.